Hello everybody, Serix here once again, and this is going to be a playthrough of DOSBox, the Sierra prompt. Normally I play my games through ScumVM. I personally feel like it's a little bit easier to get the game started. But this game, even though it was published by Sierra, it was developed by Dynamix, and they used a completely different engine, their own engine, even though it is still a point and click, and it will be probably pretty obvious that it's a different engine once we actually get into the game. But yeah, so I'm going to be playing The Adventures of Willy Beamish. You are a 9-year-old kid, I believe. It's just a really weird story. I cannot even begin to explain it besides saying that you're a 9-year-old kid and you do 9-year-old kid stuff, apparently. Something actually that I found amusing when I actually owned this game, I played this back when it was a relevant PC game that you would buy in a store. And the tagline was, "What if you were 9 again, knowing what you know now?" And I think I was probably 9 at the time that I was playing this. So that seemed kind of silly. But, yeah. Sort of random. But, so I'm going to be playing this. There are 2 different PC versions. There's the CD-ROM version, which I actually didn't know existed until recently. It has voice acting, which, I did not know there was a version of this game with speech. And there's the floppy version, which obviously has no speech, but it has the MT-32 soundtrack. And this has a lot of tracks that I feel really benefit from the MT-32. But in the CD-ROM version, they took that all away. I am not entirely sure why. So I've kind of put a hack in that is supposed to include the MT-32 sound, but still have the voice acting. So, and it seems to work okay. So I'm hoping that that's going to work okay. I did kind of notice some timing issues. The game does have an internal timer, but I'm thinking it's not going to be a problem. Either it'll work itself out, or hopefully we'll finish the puzzles beforehand. Anyways, because I have not messed around with this too much, let me actually go in here, and I think there's a button I have to press. That may not have been the button I'm supposed to press. No, it's not. That one is, though. There we go. Just make sure my mouse stays in the DOSBox window. That's, we're gonna be just like it was back in old days on these old DOS computers. We will go through the Sierra installer. I've seen this screen many times growing up. We are not actually going to install it. I don't even think any of these drive letters matter. I'm going to put it on the C drive. This is the screen, and really, I don't really see, not that this is super interesting, but I don't really see any videos that ever end up going into this screen. And you definitely never go in here with ScumVM, but this is where you would change your settings. The one we're concerned about is MT-32. It reminds you to make sure it's connected. Blah, blah, blah. A warning, the driver will write new sounds, which is totally fine. Let me actually go over and reset this to make sure that we don't have any sounds saved already. Enter to confirm. Mouse, yes, you used to be able to play this without a mouse. Extra memory, that's crazy. I don't know. Let's accept it. If you haven't turned in your registration card, you might want to do so now. We will not do that. And we started out by just going Willy. And so the intro is different in the only major difference besides the audio between the CD and the floppy version, I think, is the intro. In the floppy version, you just had the credits kind of going by written on a chalkboard, and that was it as the intro music played. This actually has kind of a sequence that goes on, so we'll go through that. It's kind of cheesy, but it fits the story pretty well. But anyways, let's start that, and as soon as that loads, I will shut up. Oh, shoot. I think I actually need to give it the resource file. I'm not sure why. Never had to when I played the floppy version, at least. There we go. Yeah, MT-32 says Dynamix presents, and it is blinking away as it loads its sounds. Please work. There we go.
as I see your shining faces, peering forward expectantly into the future on this last day of school, I am reminded so very
Yes, his frog's name is Horny.
Blah, 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 blah. Huh?
Willy Beamish? What did I just say? Oh no, the old boom caught me. Better think of something fast.
So that was the intro. It's about double the length it usually is. Pretty much, if you listen to the music, you can tell when it just repeats. It's about when Willy leaves this house. All of that silly, like, skateboarding around and leaving skid marks, that never happened in the floppy version. None of any of that happened in the floppy version, except, once you get to school and you're dozing off in, the assembly. That is kind of where the game starts. But, yeah, so there's, I guess, a few things to talk about before getting into the game. Firstly, all of the dialogue progresses itself, so I'm not going to be able to kind of sit on some of it and commentate, because it's just going to skip and other people are going to start talking. In this case, it stopped to give me a dialogue option. And like EcoQuest 1, at least, I can't remember if 2 did it, but it quiets the game audio only when people are talking, so that's going to kind of make things a little weird. But if I remember right, the game pretty much always has some sort of audio going. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. In this game, not only can you die, but you can die very easily. You can easily die in this intro sequence. You don't ever really die, but you get game over. So, I do have to kind of be careful what I pick here. I think most of the options will eventually allow you to leave. But there is a good way to leave. If you wait too long, well, I don't think the plot has explained what happens yet if we wait too long. What else? I think that might be it to ramble about. There are lots and lots and lots of dialogue choices, and they definitely have an impact. So, what were we talking about? Let's just be nice and say I don't know.
I don't know, Miss Glass. I said, it's a beautiful sunny day. Your friends are outdoors having fun. The birds are singing and your report cards are in today's mail. Oh man, that C I got in music appreciation wasn't my fault. How am I gonna explain it to Dad? He's gonna freak. Won't your parents be surprised when they see your report cards? If Mom and Dad see my report card, they'll never give me the dough I need to get to the Nintari Championships this summer. Too bad you have to stay after school. What you did this morning was disgraceful, Willy, just disgraceful. And in front of all those students.
Miss Glass, I'm supposed to be in juvenile court today. May I be excused?
You didn't raise your hand!
Nice try, Carmine.
Stop talking to your neighbor, Chubby!
Ribbit.
Do you have something you wish to share with us, Willy?
You're in for it now, Willy.
Yeah, this is actually getting kind of frustrating because I can't kind of interject because there's going to be another 10 dialogue or 10 people or 10 different dialogue screens coming up without my ability to control whether they can pause, because you cannot. There is no top menu like Sierra games have. There is a menu, but I'm pretty sure you can't get to it in the middle of a dialogue. But yeah, so we have learned our first kind of problem. We got a bad grade, and apparently I was okay with getting a C, but apparently Willy's parents are not okay with it. And as we saw in the intro, he is dreaming of going to the Nintari Championships, which obviously a mixture of Nintendo and Atari. But if we have bad grades, then apparently our parents won't pay for us to go to the championships, and we'll have a miserable life not having gone to video game championships or something. So that has to be resolved. And also Mrs. Glass is weird and creepy and old. And our frog has made noises and given himself up. So we could be truthful and see, I haven't even been able to save yet, so if I mess this up, and you can mess this up right from the start, I'm going to figure through that entire intro again. I'll go with a more humorous option.
Oh, that was just my frog, Horny. What did you call me? It's my frog. Yeah, he needs to stretch his legs. He's real cute. Want to see him? No, I don't. Pets are not allowed at Carbuncle School.
But there he is anyways.
Get that slimy creature away from me! Oh my, I think it has teeth! Oh god, it's coming near me! Get away! Mr. Frick! Mr. Frick! Help!
Another thing the floppy version did not have was animated character portraits, and hers is amusing. So we get sent to the principal's office. Fortunately, because this is early in the game, this isn't going to really screw us over. If we do it again, it screws us over.
Well, if it isn't Willy Beamish, you little monster. Long time no see.
Long time no hair.
Willy's a dick.
What are you here for this time, Beamish?
Just had to say adios before I blow out of here for the summer.
You're not going anywhere, Beamish. Not until you give me back my, my hair.
I don't want to be a jerk here, because at this point I think you can mess things up. And again, I haven't been able to save yet. I think 2 is safe.
Here, Mr. Frick. Is this thing on the endangered species list?
If you don't watch it, Beamish, you'll be on the endangered species list. Give it to me now, and get back to detention.
Okay, I have control, so I can hit escape. Save game. Another thing this game does that I hate, and I remember my dad actually, because I initially played this when it was my dad's computer, and he played it before I did, and he was really pissed off about this. This is one of few Sierra games, even though this isn't really a Sierra game, that I mean, even though you have control, there's no dialogue up or anything, it still locks you out of being able to save at certain points. That really pissed him off, and now that I'm kind of looking at it, it's irritating. So we cannot save. And we do have to just go ahead and give him his hair. And we do that by clicking on ourselves to bring up our inventory. Keeping an eye on this timer, I don't think it's going to advance forward while we're in here. But these are the items we start with. And you can right click and you get a little magnifying glass. Some of these I don't remember what we ever used for. We have our frog.
Horny. This is Willy's amphibian buddy. Game buddy. Perfect for those dull classroom lectures.
No clue what that's trying to rip off.
Frick's hair. An extremely poor example of a toupee. Some muskrat somewhere is missing a patch of fur. Yo-Yo. A Duncan ProMaster Elite Model 42. This particular one was used by Oregon State champion stringer Jerry Luttrell. The autograph he inscribed upon it has enhanced the value of the yo-yo by about 12 cents.
Yo-Yo, I definitely don't remember what we need to use that for.
G.I. Jim dog tag chain. Having long since lost the tags bearing his name, rank, and serial number, Willy carries this chain because he thinks it looks cool.
Yeah, well, he's asking for his hair back, so let's be good because, we've already advanced 5 minutes. Let's just give him his hair.
Now get back to detention.
I was pretty sure like his character portrait actually showed hair once we gave it to him. Maybe if we get sent back to his office again, we don't.
Now, people, I want you to write a composition. It will be called How I Plan to Spend My Summer Vacation.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure we can save. Okay, so I'm going to save it here because there are a couple ways to get out of this, and some are better than others. I'm not going to actually do it because it's not very different, but you can just sit here and, especially because the game seems to be running on like super time, you'll eventually just be let out. But we don't want to do that. So let's look around. The way the game goes about its things is it's a very simplified interface. Again, there's nothing at the top.
Now, start.
Shut up. Things you can interact with. You have a little bit more freedom with the magnifying glass, like we could look.
An ideal argument for the merits of mandatory retirement. Ms. Glass guards her students like a pit bull and with sadistic pleasure makes sure they serve their time.
A lot you can look at, but to interact with, there's going to be a big red arrow on things we can interact with. It's already over.
My, where has the time gone? Carmine, why don't you read us your composition?
How I'm gonna spend my summer vacation. First, me and my brother are gonna hotwire a car. Then we're gonna get some ski masks and drive out west.
I think we've heard enough, Carmine. Read yours, Willy.
I plan to play Nintari and hang out with my friends at our treehouse. I'm going to the Nintari World Championships in New York, and I'll win because I practice every chance I get, and...
Okay, students, that's the bell. You may all leave now. Have a nice summer!
Okay, good. I can stop here. So that's what happens if you just sit there and wait. And we really didn't have a lot of time. And I looked around for DOSBox options. Maybe the CPU is running too fast. But I didn't see anything right off the bat. So let me restore a game. And like I said, so red arrow on things you can interact with. The other things, where you can exit, there's a big exit sign. And one thing that made this game a lot easier...
Start right.
Shut up. a lot easier is if I think you hit tab. Yeah, tab cycles through the things you can do. So this is clicking on you, your desk, the door. And so that gives you an idea of the hotspots. And I'm going to restore again because I've already wasted too much time. Go right into my desk. And so we have a sandwich.
Unfortunately, today's high temperatures liquefied your peanut butter, jelly bean, and mayonnaise sandwich. The gooey mess seeped through the bread, melding your Willy's special to the desk.
Okay, the narrator sounds kind of weird and creepy, and that's gross. I probably won't look at too many things because, well, maybe I will, I don't know, because I haven't really done it much. But yeah, you can pick up some of these items. Again, tab points out all of the hotspots. Pretty much the 2 crayons. We can take the ruler? No, we can't take the ruler. And to take an item, you just click on it and your cursor becomes it. You could use it on something else, or otherwise hide it down here, I guess, but that doesn't really do anything. If you want to take it, put it on your character portrait. So let's take everything we can. We can't take either of these. What is this, anyways?
Willy crafted this ringed block of wood in shop glass. He's not sure why.
Well, we'll find out. So let's take that too. And that's all we can do in here. Can't look at Nintari rules up here. Let's exit. She has not fallen asleep yet. Let's save again. I'm gonna end up saving a lot just because of timing. We could sneak out, but while our back is turned. But no. Yeah, she is not gonna let you leave. That is painful, I would assume.
Having a busy day, aren't you, Beamish?
He still doesn't have his hair, that's weird.
I don't want to see you again today. Now get back to detention.
Huh. So the first part of the game is a lot more forgiving than I remember it. And that could be because of the CD version that I'm not quite familiar with. Let's sneak out again. Pretty sure he won't let us keep doing that.
You have an attitude problem, young man. What you need is some good old-fashioned discipline. Military school, that's where you belong. Mr. Beamish, I'm sorry to tell you, but William doesn't meet the standards of Carbuncle School. Yes, I would send him off to military school at once. It'll do the little fellow a world of good.
All right, maggots. Welcome to boot camp. My name is Sergeant Sluggo, and I'm gonna be your worst nightmare for the next 18 weeks. I will make you into men, even if it kills you.
I have no idea who those people are on the left. And yeah, we have lost. This is extremely loud, actually. So I was gonna talk, but let's get this a little bit quieter first. The main kind of threat in this game, at least so far, is you get in trouble, you can get closer and closer to being sent to military school, and at that point the game ends. We will, the game has a in-game like meter, thermometer sort of thing where it will go up and down and shows that you're in trouble, you're or maybe you did something good, so the meter goes down a little bit. You do something bad, the meter goes up. And if it gets too high, you get sent to military school. That is the that's one of the ways to end the game. Clearly you can do some things that just immediately send you there. But this game is not shy about ending the game without really any warning. So, yeah, we haven't actually found the trouble meter, I think it's called, yet, because that was just an instant fail. And we could just wait out detention, but there is a better way to get out of all of this. And we will have to explore that in the next video, because this is running long. So, thank you for watching the intro video for Willy Beamish, and hope to see you in the... I won't see you, but hope you watch the second, or the next video. I don't know. Something like that. Anyways, later.